Welcome to Licenses, Permits, and Certificates, a practical guide to the legal authorizations businesses may need before opening their doors. I'll explain the purpose of these requirements, how they differ, and how to think about selecting the ones that apply to your business. The goal is not simply to collect paperwork. It's to build this process into your business plan early, so compliance supports a confident and well-prepared launch. The key idea is to identify requirements before you open, not after. Licenses and permits are not administrative details to handle later. They can directly affect whether your business opens on time, stays within budget, and operates legally. Your business plan should account for compliance requirements before operations begin, along with filing fees, startup costs, and the time approvals may take. It should also include ongoing renewals in the operating budget. Failing to obtain required licenses can lead to fines, forced closure, or even personal liability. Planning for these requirements early helps protect both your launch and your business. Business authorization usually happens at 3 levels, and compliance at one level does not replace the others. At the federal level, oversight focuses on regulated industries, such as agriculture, aviation, firearms, finance, and healthcare. States commonly require professional licenses, sales tax permits, employer registration, and business entity filings. Local governments address the practical details of operating in a specific community, including zoning, building permits, health inspections, and local business licenses. The key point is that most businesses need to check all 3 levels before they begin operating. Before opening your doors, start with the licenses that apply to nearly every business. A general business license is typically required by the city or county where you operate. From there, your business structure and activities determine whether additional registrations or permits are needed. If you use a name different from your legal business name, you'll also need a DBA or doing business as registration. Finally, an EIN from the IRS is essential for hiring employees, opening a business bank account, and filing taxes. Professional licensing applies to people, not only to businesses. Individuals may need state-issued credentials before they can legally practice their profession, and many must also complete continuing education or renew their licenses regularly. In healthcare, this includes physicians, nurses, dentists, therapists, and pharmacists. Legal and financial professionals, such as attorneys, CPAs, advisors, and insurance agents, typically pass state board exams. Trades require specialized state or local licenses, while personal services, including cosmetology, massage therapy, and childcare, may involve certification and inspections. Requirements vary by profession and location. Permits provide approval for specific activities or locations, while licenses establish the broader right to operate. They're typically issued by local or state authorities and help confirm that a business meets applicable requirements. Common examples include building permits for construction or renovations, zoning permits to verify the location fits the business type, and health and safety permits for areas such as food service, childcare, and healthcare. Signage may require municipal approval, and fire safety permits can address occupancy limits and fire suppression systems. Together, these permits support compliant day-to-day operations. Certificates of compliance serve as formal proof that a business meets specific standards established by governing authorities. They are not the same as licenses. Certificates are often issued after an inspection or provided when documentation is requested. The Certificate of Occupancy, or CO, is especially important because a physical location cannot legally open to customers or employees without it. A certificate of good standing may also be needed when applying for financing, signing a lease, or entering into major contracts. Together, these documents demonstrate that the business is operating responsibly and within required standards. Industry-specific requirements can add another layer of authorization beyond the basics. Your industry profile determines which specialized approvals apply, so use this list as a starting checklist, not a complete determination. Food and beverage businesses may need health, food handler, liquor, and commissary approvals. Construction and real estate often involve licensing, bonding, insurance, project permits, and environmental clearances. Financial services may require SEC or FINRA registration, money transmitter licensing, advisor registration, and AML compliance. Retail and e-commerce businesses should review seller permits, state sales tax registrations, and import or export licenses. Identify your requirements starts with defining the business clearly, then researching the rules that apply to it. From there, I can use reliable resources, including the Small Business Administration, my state Secretary of State website, and local city or county clerk offices, to build a complete compliance checklist. That checklist should guide the application and approval process, while also helping me track deadlines and renew requirements over time. The goal is a complete, organized view of what the business needs to obtain and maintain compliance. Licensing and permitting costs should be treated as essential parts of both the startup budget and ongoing operating expenses. These are not optional line items. One-time costs may include registering the business entity, submitting initial permit applications, paying professional exam fees, and obtaining a certificate of occupancy. Recurring costs can continue every year through license renewals, continuing education credits, inspections, and state filing fees. Planning for both categories up front helps prevent compliance expenses from becoming unexpected financial burdens later. The key takeaway is that compliance is a process, not a one-time task. Know your federal, state, and local requirements, then identify the licenses and certifications your industry demands. Budget for fees, timelines, and renewals early, and maintain a system to monitor ongoing regulatory changes.